Hello everyone and welcome back to our second installment of AccuMed Access, AccuMed's premier platform for both projecting the cost of future medical treatment as well as determining the reasonable value of historical medical bills. We have worked hard to keep our submission process very simple, nothing longer than the 3 steps that you see here. Today we're going to be looking at our bill value report, which is going to analyze the reasonableness of your client's past medical bills. As you can see here, $1,000 plus 1% is the charge for this report. And we're going to do a quick example. If we had $30,000 in medical bills, then what we're going to be charging is the $1,000 plus 1% of the billed amount. The billed amount being the $30,000, arriving at a final fee of $1,300. The more bills we analyze, the longer it takes us to complete the report. This pricing simply lets you know the cost ahead of time rather than waiting on an unknown hourly invoice at the end of the project, which gives you really no idea of what the final cost would be. As you can see here, we have the opportunity to disclose an expert witness. We can do that right now, or we can always come back and do it later. The cost to disclose an expert witness is $750, but I will not need that for this report. Now let's go ahead and select our patient. Let's go with Johnny Knoxville today. I'm guessing many of you remember him from the TV series where him and his friends entertained the whole country doing ridiculous stunts that caused an outrageous amount of injuries and hospital bills. So he's a great candidate for this report. And I have no idea when he was born, but we'll just take a stab in the dark. And let's say that he is from Los Angeles because most famous people like to live there. Now, when we're looking at our due date, what we typically ask for is a 2-week window to complete the report. Depending on the complexity of the case, we might get it done sooner, but for this report, let's just go ahead and go with the 2-week window. As you can see here, we can loop in any of our paralegals, legal assistants, co-counsel, anybody that needs to be on this report as well. First thing that comes up is a drag and drop box where I'm going to take a list of medical bills here. And what I'm going to do is highlight all of them and just drag and drop them. Makes it very easy to submit. And if we want to enter in any comments, we could say something like, waiting on one more bill. That way our team will know where you're at in your process. Down here, we understand that this report cannot be used in trial because it is being made by the user and not by AccuMed. If we wanted to disclose an expert, again, we can always come back and do that. We go ahead and select I understand, and we're done. And as you know, we got our little guy here that's going to ask you for your feedback, which is very important to us. And what I'm going to show you here is a finished product of what this would look like. So you can see here a lot different than our future needs report because we're listing every single bill and what the reasonable value is in total. You can see we did our query here in the Chicago area, listing all the different providers and the code sets and where we came at the reasonableness from. As we get further down here, we're going to show our references and data sources, also our methodologies and how we came to pull this data and how we arrived at it. And then you can also see the total patients and the reasonable value for each medical bill. Now this is a pre-litigation report. I would also like to show you a trial version, mostly because this is so much more complex. And really our trial appendix is what forms the basis of the expert's opinion. As you can see, we actually list every single physician that we queried and what the reasonable value or average is for each one of those physicians. You can see the amount of patients. And really this is just an in-depth report providing evidence that these bills are reasonable. And so a lot of times this report is very useful once we start to move into a litigation phase. That's the end of our demo today, and hopefully this was very helpful for you in submitting your next bill value report, and we look forward to our next installment. Thanks and have a great day.